Andrew Tate. No matter what you do, this guy is showing up on everyone's feeds across every social platform, especially TikTok. Every other video seems to feature him, and he's become one of the most ubiquitous faces on the app, as well as one of the most controversial. He's become so popular that more people are searching for him than the country of Romania, where he currently resides. He's gained millions of followers on Instagram in a matter of months, but this massive growth is nothing compared to his dominance over all of social media in the past few months. Tate describes himself as an alpha male and red pill finance expert, but who really is Andrew Tate, and how did he become so viral? Andrew grew up in Gary, Indiana, which is often labeled as one of the worst places in America. From an early age, he had a strong interest in chess, becoming an Indiana state champion at just age 5. 1 year later, Andrew would be playing against 3 10-year-olds and winning. At age 11, Andrew's parents divorced and his mother moved him and his siblings to Luton in England, which would be his home for the rest of his childhood. Up until the divorce of his parents, Andrew's father had been his chess coach and inspiration. He'd spend hours upon hours every day learning strategies and practicing with his beloved father. The move to England, which tore Andrew away from his loving father, resulted in him losing his teacher, tremendously affecting his life path. All Andrew was left with was his younger brother Tristan. At age 15, Andrew would pick up fighting. His trainer moulded him into a 6'4", 200-pound kickboxing mixed martial artist, but fighting wasn't the only skill that his trainer gifted him with. Kickboxing and all martial arts installs an immense amount of discipline into all of its students. If you want to succeed in kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai or boxing and reach the status of black belt, you need the discipline to turn up every day, persevere through hardship and truly build mental resilience. These rules translate to every realm of life, especially in business. The lessons that Andrew would learn in his kickboxing journey almost certainly helped him achieve the financial success he enjoys today. Tate would learn that if you want to be great at something, you have to be willing to go down a long, difficult road and face the hard challenges without giving up. On his kickboxing journey, Andrew would most certainly face great challenges. When Andrew was 22, himself and his brother, Tristan, would experience a period of financial hardship.
I just remember when I was broke. That's all it is. Having money in and of itself really isn't that interesting. It's only cool to sit there with my brother, spending 15 G's and saying, do you remember when we didn't have a penny?
Right.
They would become so poor that in order to get sufficient protein to fuel both their kickboxing careers, Tristan would drive his broken Volkswagen Golf to the KFC restaurant in Dunstable. After years of hard work and dedication, Andrew would defeat Paul Randall in 2009 for the Cruiserweight Championship, and shortly after, he would stop Andrew Hughes for the IKF Cruiserweight title. Later that year, Andrew decided to enter the world of reality TV. He appeared on a show called The Ultimate Traveler, which involved 6 amateur backpackers competing for $12,000 across the country of Indonesia. His brother Tristan, who had a near-identical life path up to this point, would appear on Shipwrecked, an island survival reality show. The two would go on to make a name for themselves and would appear on many more shows, generating a decent amount of money and notoriety for both brothers. Andrew Tate would go on to get a shot at the ISCA World Light Heavyweight title with just 3 days of notice. He would lose, but his team demanded a rematch. Andrew worked hard leading up to the rematch, resulting in him winning the second fight by knockout and securing the light heavyweight title for himself. After a successful kickboxing career, Andrew decided to unlace the gloves and build his empire. He and his brother would do rigorous research on the internet for different ways to make money, and during said research, he saw an ad. Talk to Live Girls Now. This took Andrew to a live stream where you can communicate live with real women. This sparked his interest and he immediately realized the opportunity presented to him. At the time, Andrew had 6 girlfriends, all in different countries, and so he told them all to fly to London where he would propose to them his business idea. Now, up until this point, none of the girls knew about the existence of the others, and so upon arrival, 2 felt betrayed and left immediately. The other 4 stayed to listen to his business plan, and half of them would leave in disgust. This left the Tate brothers and 2 girls. Andrew began to transform his idea into reality. The plan was for the girls to chat with men on camera with a keyboard in front of them, but the keyboard would be unplugged, and unbeknownst to the men watching the live cams, hypnotized by the beauty of the girls, Andrew would be sitting behind the computer, off camera, talking to the men in the live chat over text, pretending to be the girls. The idea was clearly working, and so Andrew decided to expand it and went about hiring more female models. At one point, the site would generate Andrew $3,000 of profit every day, with 75 different women working for him at 4 different locations. Andrew, though, realized that there was a better way to go about this. He decided to downsize his business to just 8 women. Half were his girlfriends and the other 4 were his brothers. This decision to downsize allowed them to make the most money they ever had, generating $400,000 a month in profit. But that was before and this is now. So how did Andrew take over the internet? Well, back in 2016, Andrew was invited to be on the 17th season of Big Brother UK. It was a stereotypical reality TV show. The contestants would be isolated in a house together, complete challenges, and one would be voted out each week, and the last one standing would win a cash prize. Andrew would be booted off the show after only a week. According to Andrew, the producers were afraid of a physical altercation taking place between Andrew and another contestant, and as he was a former kickboxing world champion, that was too dangerous a situation for the producers to stomach. At the same time, a video emerged that showed Andrew beating a girl with a belt while verbally berating her. The video painted Andrew in a very bad light, to say the least, but the girl involved would quickly come out in Andrew's defense and claim it was all consensual. The clip gained significant attention and Andrew's social media followers began to grow. He would frequently use Twitter, maintaining his relevance while he was raking in the profits from his camgirl business. Andrew would flaunt his lavish lifestyle on social media, showing off his expensive cars, watches, and suits. He would also show open support for the MAGA movement, creating outrage from those that oppose Trump and the movement and bringing even more attention to his social media accounts.
Love Trump, man. He's the best we could have ever hoped for.
2017, though, is where Andrew Tate would really ramp up his social media output. He created a YouTube channel called Tate Speech, where he would voice his opinions and post vlogs showcasing his lifestyle. The short videos Andrew would post where he voiced his opinion on controversial subjects is what allowed him to go viral. A lot of the edits of Andrew Tate that we constantly see flooding our feeds were either taken from one of these short videos or from various podcasts. The controversial and funny takes that Andrew would so often voice are now being chopped up and posted on sites like TikTok. This acts as a form of organic marketing. People are constantly spreading knowledge of Andrew Tate through these edits and reposts, growing Andrew's brand with little effort from himself, and this is what has allowed Andrew to gain such a massive following within the last few years. The purpose of Andrew's social media presence isn't to make money from the social media sites themselves, but to drive traffic to his website where he sells courses on how to get fit, how to get girls, and how to become rich. The 3 things that every young man desperately wants. Andrew has set up a truly effortless business model. Go on podcasts and state some controversial opinions, people will find those and make edits of them. Those edits get millions of views, and some of those viewers will discover Andrew's social media accounts and then be sent to his website where many of them will purchase a course from him. This has allowed Andrew to earn a ludicrous amount of money. Hustlers University 2.0, a community owned by Andrew that costs $50 a month to join, has over 110,000 members, and Andrew earns around $5.5 million every month. But why did Andrew go so viral? Why are so many people, mostly young men, eating up edits of Andrew Tate and causing them to go insane? Well, the answer is the society these young men find themselves in. Masculinity in society has become increasingly looked down upon. The myth of toxic masculinity has spread throughout society like a virus. The competitive nature of masculinity is seen widely as harmful. Modern schools no longer kindle the competitive nature of young boys, instead promoting the idea that everyone can be a winner. Teenage boys are being told by society that being weak is okay and that being fat is beautiful. Now more than ever, young men are being deprived of intimacy and are stuck in the clutches of porn addiction, neutering their natural masculine urges to compete for women. Andrew Tate rejects all of this, and this is why he has gained a cult-like following of young men. He encourages men to learn how to fight, promotes traditional gender roles in relationships, inspires young men to reclaim their masculinity, and reassures them that having strong ambitions and the drive to beat other men is healthy and will lead to great success. Secretly, most men want to be strong, brave, successful, and dominate their competition, and Andrew encapsulates those ideals. His success story of coming from nothing, despite the dark nature of his camgirl site, shows men that it's possible for them too, and that their secret ambitions are achievable with hard work. Political correctness and cancel culture currently have society held in an iron grip. Many celebrities that voice political opinions that are coherent and perfectly acceptable, but are also contrary to what is considered acceptable by the social justice warriors of the internet, receive massive backlash. getting flooded with hateful messages, and many end up losing their jobs or sponsors as a result of the outrage from the loud minority. But Tate shows no fear in the face of cancel culture. He has never backtracked, unlike the majority of celebrities which simply crumble under the pressure. Andrew says whatever's on his mind with no care for what other people think. He has become uncancelable despite the multitude of negative articles posted on him attempting to expose him for one reason or another. This inspires young men who hold those same views but have been forced to hide due to fear of backlash. Tate has become a bastion of free speech, and this is another reason why so many people consume countless videos and edits of Andrew Tate. It's no wonder why Andrew Tate is currently dominating the internet. He's found himself a large fan base who are ravenous for his content, guiding them towards his many courses and raking in the profits. Before Andrew Tate, it seemed as though Western society had decayed past the point of no return. The vast majority of celebrities fell to pieces in the face of cancel culture. Third-wave feminism had become mainstream, promoting the flawed concept of toxic masculinity and demonizing the natural masculine instincts of men. But the popularity of Andrew Tate is a sign that the world can be redeemed. Despite big tech's best efforts, with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and YouTube all colluding to ban him from their platforms simultaneously, he remains uncancelable. His businesses are still thriving. He's still making frequent appearances on podcasts and live streams, and the edits that made him viral in the first place are still raking in the views. His monumental online presence inspires the young men who hold those same views, but who have been forced to hide due to fear of backlash. He unashamedly tells men that it's not okay to be weak, that they should channel their masculine instincts, not repress them, and develop themselves into fit, strong, smart, and successful young men. And clearly, many people are listening.